Welcome along to the EXFL Tier 2 Season 7 Spanish Grand Prix. I am F1 Union, your main commentator for tonight, and alongside me, like always, is SLR Nico. Nick, say hi.
Hello. It is great to be back for Tier 2 tonight. After a 1 week break, we are back, and I'm very excited to see what Tier 2 has in store for us.
Indeed, we're on round 7 of 22, heading into the classic 18-minute qualifying session to determine the grid ahead of a 33-lap race, one of the tracks with the most amount of laps of the entire season. And we will get on with it. Let's see who's first out on track. The Aston Martin of Frosty Life as a BCFC Josh, should I say, on the medium compound tyres. An overcast qualifying session lies ahead of us. As I'm just going to get the stream link sent in. And while I do that, Nick, what kind of skills do you need to perfect a lap around the Barcelona circuit?
Going fast. You have to have balls. Nice, exquisite balls. You know, turn
Anyone
3.
tuning into the stream right now, yeah.
Yeah. You have to be pinned on the floor through turn 3 and then up to turn 9 as well. On this game, a lot easier than last game. We saw a few fatalities last game, I must say, through those 2 corners, but you can take them flat now, nice and easily. Just making sure to build up that confidence across the lap. But overall, you just got to send it. You've got to be on the power early for the corners like turn 10. The sweeping corners, the corners that you're in the longest, are the places that you're there to lose the most time. As we have Pro Cody 07.
All of a sudden, Pro Cody's joined. He said he wasn't racing. Well then, that's good to see. We don't need telemetry. We'll get rid of that. And we should also... Oh, as there's Callum serving his qualifying ban. Waiting at the end of turn 4. Yes, he accumulated enough penalty points to earn himself a qualifying ban, so he will start last. And the game should hopefully disqualify him soon. There we go. Right, so Josh has started a lap. He's just coming to the end of sets 2. I'm still just checking stuff. I'm trying to get someone in at the moment. Don't know who that is. I think he needs to add me. Right, well he's got just under 15 minutes to add me, and then we'll find out. Anyway, BCFC Josh setting the pace then on the mediums, a 1 minute 12.4. I have no idea what the lap time should be around here, but we will find out. So the McLaren crossing the line of Callum, 13.6, 1.2 seconds off on the compound quicker. We know BCFC Josh and Spain are 2 things that go pretty well together, but it was mainly in the rain that he excelled here 3 seasons ago. So what about the dry? It's nearly raining, and we don't know if it will rain like Imola last time out. But we'll wait and see. Ollie, a couple seconds off as Seb now goes 4/10 quicker than Josh. His 1 lap pace this season has been pretty impressive so far. As Warren, only 7/10 off Seb. Good lap from Warren. As we're going to see the Dutch Dodo now start a lap. Nick, do you want to take us through it?
I shall do. That's fine. The Dutch Dodo. Oh, he's clipping the grass a little bit there. Not sure what you're doing there, but we carry on. Heading, braking just before the 100, just before the 50 even, just after the 100 in the middle, where there's a little slip road to the left-hand side. We head for turn 2, then turn 3. Very long corner. This is one of the corners, and it's going to be very tricky on this game for the drivers not to take a short run, as we have Chaz there, 11.94. You can't take a short run through turn 3 because you're going to pick up the marbles, and we all know the marbles are quite distracting, dangerous, and unhelpful for your qualifying lap. It's been an okay lap at the moment. He's pushing the limits quite well, especially through there, turn 7 and 8, up through turn 9. He's flat out, using most of the track. Don't want to get too far on that curb, though. You might bottom out and lose some time. Braking just before the change in tarmac. The newly resurfaced and remodified turn 10 corner, as of the last recent years. And then we head into the new section of the track for the game and in real life. Flat round there, and a little lift in qualifying through the final corner. And that's turn 14. And 14 corners done, and that's a 12.201, which puts him P3.
Does indeed. I'm still trying to work this invite thingy out. It's Feeks, returning driver here. Well, Adriano. He was in the early seasons of it, so he's joined back, and I'm not getting any invite, annoyingly, from him. Which is really annoying, because I want to focus on the qualifying. But anyway, Pro Cody is back in the Mert. He said he wouldn't race tonight. Well, he is now in his Mercedes, so we'll see what he can do. And I'm just going to have to leave it as it may. It's getting sunnier, I think. Right, so 15 drivers. Alfa Romeo 1-2 at the moment by a tenth and a half. Chaz ahead of Seb. The Dutch Dodo only a couple tenths off then. Josh on the medium compact tyres. He gets out the way of our Mano heading into turn 1. Frosty Life P6, so I think has just done his lap. Warren splits them. What a good lap from Warren that is, as he heads out for his second run. Then Callum and Ollie. Few seconds off the pace, so half the field have set a lap. Perosia on the mediums then. Pro Cody heads in after a failed attempt of a lap. Nathan still in the pit lane. Frankie heading out the pit lane. Logan, like always, is in the pit lane during qualifying. Josh reserving in the McLaren for Taze Frozen. Winner of last week is not racing. Championship leader by 1 point ahead of this man, Chaz F1. 84 to 83. So if Chaz finishes 9th or better, or 10th with the fastest lap or better, he regains the championship lead, as Taze misses another race. But yeah, Callum will start 15th, and if he can get Feeks in, that'll be 16. And you never know, Oren may join as well. But his F1's not working, so I'm going to have to just pay close attention to that. Right then, just under 11 minutes left then. Let's see who's on a lap. Herosia, I think, has just invalidated. I think Josh has just finished his first set to 21.9 as he heads through the second chicane of the lap. Not taking the apex as well as I'm sure you want to. Now this corner's flat, usually in qualifying. Little lift though, as DRS is on. Yeah, it's definitely getting sunnier now. As he heads through the revamped corner from a few years back. All the way around, the left-hander, then a right-hander. The final braking zone really. As you're just going to up the acceleration. And now foot flat to the floor if you really want to extract any amount of thousandths. But he does lift off through the final corner. Taking it cautious and easy across the line. And he goes P8. Only a 10th behind his teammate. Heroes is still invalidated. Cody on an out lap. Frankie has started his lap. He's got 2 people right behind him and an Aston in front of him. And Josh, 3 tenths down because he's invalidated on his soft run. Warren, 1.5 down. He messed up somewhere. Frosty, a 10th down. Let's see, can he find any more time in the middle sector as he crosses the sector split? 3 tenths down. He's not finding the pace and the time that he needs at the moment. Frankie says purple middle sector, but I don't know about that. But he is good over the course of one lap. Some top 5 finishes he has been able to achieve. As the Aston goes into the pits of Josh. Let's see what Frankie can do as he invalidates right at the end. It would have been a 12.7. It would have put him P6. But he invalidated right on the exit of the final corner. Turning that down real quick. As Chaz F1 now starts his lap heading in to the first corner, the first chicane. Friend request received as Josh is out. This might be it. Here's Feeks. There we go. Accept. Right, let's get him in. Right then. Josh, P8 at best then for him. Done. Join. Right, final checks. And we are good. Right. Chaz, to the end of the second sector. Has he found any more time? Yes, he has. He's found nearly 2 tenths. The Alfa Romeo going strong. The only one in the 1 minute 11s looks to increase his advantage at the moment. If he takes it nice and steadily through the final 2 corners, using all the track possible, it just looks on rails. It looks great as Frankie's retired at the final corner, I think. But coming past the final corner is Chaz F1 to extend his advantage. An 11.7 for the Alfa Romeo. But to split the two is Pro Cody with a 12.0. Good lap from the Mercedes once again. Getting in a great lap right at the end. And Ollie improves on medium compound tyres to P7. Ahead of Frosty on mediums. Ahead of Horosia on his mediums. So why do you think they're going out on mediums, Nick? To save us, like, do you think that'll help them in the race?
Of course, if there's a late safety car, you can always box. I'm not quite sure about tyre wear around here. But yeah, I mean, I guess that's the main idea, just to save a set of softs. You never know what can happen at the end of the race, or even a virtual safety car, and you can gamble. And is that another incident on the pit lane entry? That is, Ollie has somehow, he's either spun,
there he is. Oh dear.
or, but I
What
believe
the hell?
that is, I'm not, oh, someone's just crashed into him. Pro Cody has just crashed into him in the pit lane.
Ollie blocking the pit lane. He's going to get disqualified if he doesn't get a move on.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Joshua Stephen also had this problem.
No, he's been out for a while. Oh.
Yeah, I know. I don't know if he crashed on the pit entry or he spun on the exit of the final corner, but I definitely know that Frankie Slushy33 did crash on the pit entry there.
Okay, so Ollie has crashed in the pit entry with that bump. Should have mentioned it. Can send you over. That might catch some people in the race. But yeah, it's meant Ollie has crashed. It's meant Cody, as the Dutch Dodo now is the second driver into the 11th.
Oh,
it meant Cody has now got a 5-place grid penalty after hitting Ollie. And the man himself, Feeks, has returned. A lot may not know him, but he was in EXFL, one of the OGs in the earlier seasons. And he is finally back. There he is, in the car, in the Williams. Pretty fitting. Massive W for Feeks, as this will be his first Tier 2 race. Who is usually in the Williams? Horosia and Lightan. Lightan's on holiday, so that's fine. Gotta double check this. What? Might get 17. I think Oren's trying to join, which is missing it. But Logan goes up to 6th while all that was happening. Warren still in a very strong P7. I can't see how much time is left because of the yellows that whoever's causing. There he is. Right, and we will have 17. Cool.
Yeah, just confirmation from Josh there. He did unfortunately crash on the pit entry, which maybe a couple of unexperienced drivers shall be caught out by that bump. And F1 Union, it's happening.
Yeah, I'm having to sort that. I'll be 100% done in 2 minutes. In 30 seconds, should I say? We can't do that.
Number 3 comes on track with Logan Sargent's helmet. As Feeks makes his return to EXFL in the Williams in Tier 2, around 7 at Spain.
Because all these DMs, like from some of the drivers. Right, I think that should be alright. Right, we have 3 minutes left then. It is Chaz F1 from Noah, Cody, and then Seb, then Josh, and then Logan. Warren still in P7, pushing on a lap, I think. As he ends sector 2. We know. Oh, as he backs off, I think. Well, he's down anyway. But anyway, we know this is going to get quite chaotic towards the end. Frosty P8, Herosia 9th, Callum 10th, Josh out in 11th at best. There he is then. Feeks F1 on track on the Williams as Nathan crosses the line to go 10th. Frankie will start 14th, Ollie will start 15th, Callum will start 16th. But unless Oren can get in a car and set a lap time, he may start higher than that. But anyway, here we go then. Feeks across the line then. With 2 minutes 17 remaining, this will be his one and only lap in the Williams. It's a welcome return. Let's see what he can do. Riding on board then, heading into turn 1, little lock-up into the chicane, but he keeps it nice and tidy still. Now, foot flat to the floor for round turn 3. Going wide, using all the track, now sizing up at turn 4, using all the curb. Turning in now, it's a 22-1. As he opens up the car, no sign of understeer. Using all the curb as his teammate, I think there, is in the background spinning. No, it's not. It's, don't even know. Anyway, Feeks carries, oh, it's the Alpine of Warren, I think. Now heading into the second chicane for Feeks. Looks still nice and tidy, avoiding the yellow curb, which can easily send you. Now it should be flat through here, as there's a little wobble on the steering wheel. DRS open, now heading down to the end of sector 2. It will be a 51.933. Good split for the Williams. Let's see what this will put him, as he's just got to navigate his way through the left, through the right, and then climb up the acceleration and the gears onto the curb. A little bit of a wiggle, and it nearly invalidates his time. Now he's just got to make it through the final corner. Does he lift? Yes, he does. And it's now across the line. DRS activated for Feeks. It's going to be a 1 minute 13.8, which unfortunately means he's the slowest of the lot. But he still gets the time on the board as his teammate, who's just crossed the line behind him, an Alfa Romeo. Anyway, his teammate will be P10, and Feeks will unfortunately start in P13. Don't know why Oren's not picked a car yet, but anyway, here we go then. Chaz F1 starts his final run. Noah heading into turn 1-2. Pro Cody is just a tiny bit down. Seb now into turn 1. Josh now starts his lap. Logan about to start his lap. Warren, that's it for him. He will be P7 at best.
Oh no.
Who are you on board with, Nick?
Just Chaz. He was 24 thousandths down, but you can see on his tyres, he's picked up marbles. He is understeering everywhere through turn 3, then into 4. He's down through 5, and then 6, 7, 8.
Right, so Chaz has backed off. That's it for him. So everyone behind him will be setting laps. It's up to Noah then, the Dutch Dodo. An 11.9. He needs to find around a 10th and a half, as Chaz F1 will hopefully get out the way, heading in to the hairpin-like kind of corner. He's unfortunately down by nearly a 10th. What about Pro Cody? He goes to P2, but will set him back down to P7 with an 11.8. The Dutch Dodo needs a mega final sector if he is to challenge. What about Seb? As Chaz gets out of the way, you can see on his front left, he's also had an off moment there. Now the Dutch Dodo across the line then. Can he get ahead of Cody? No, he can't. By 1,000th, he misses out on his own time. Seb across the line, he doesn't improve. BCFC Josh is invalidated. He'll be 5th at best. What about Logan? He could spring a surprise or two.
Apparently.
Little bit of understeer out of the third last corner. Now through the penultimate corner. Now through the final corner for Logan. Across the line. It's upcoming as Erosia crosses the line for 7th. Logan crosses the line. It's a top 5 start for him. Frosty 9th. What about Callum? He's backed off. And there is your grid. Chaz F1 is on pole position then. Ahead of Cody, he will drop down to 7th, so Noah joins him on the front row. It will be an Alfa Romeo Red Bull. Alfa Romeo Red Bull. Then it'll be Josh, then it'll be Herosia, then Cody, then Warren with a P8 start. That's great for him. Frosty 9th, Callum to round out the top 10, Nathan, Josh, Feeks, Frankie, Ollie and Callum. And for some reason, Oren's just not picking a car. Who are we waiting on? Oh, Cody.
A red tire or the good stuff.
Hopefully Oren will be in for the race.
Yeah. Obviously, it probably won't be his pass. Let's have a look.
Oren's a reserve. Wait, no.
I think it's going to replace him in a Ferrari.
Yeah, Oren's a reserve anyway. It doesn't matter. But say actually, let me take a picture of the grid real quick. In case, because we do have formation lap on, so in case of any issue. I mean, if we do have a restart, then I guess Ollie is allowed because he did join during quali. Anyway, it's a dry start because I didn't see anyone complain about any rain. Right. I can't check the pause menu at the moment, so I can't check what tyres people are on or if Oren's even... There we go. Yeah, he is here. That's great. And you are right, Nick. He is in a Ferrari. Oren will start the race in P17. Right then. All good then. Right. Some people choosing mediums. Chaz F1, Dutch Dodo, and Seb all on the mediums too. Logan opting for the softs. Josh on the mediums, Cody on the mediums, and then comes Callum, Nathan, and Josh as well. But of course, we have the formation lap beforehand. You see the Alphas on the left, the Red Bulls on the right. Only one can lead into turn 1. But first off, we have the formation lap. Don't need that yet, don't need that yet. Right, what did everyone pick? So the top 5 are all on the mediums. Then comes Sir Rosier on the softs, Cody on the mediums. Then Warren and Frosty on the softs. And then Callum, Nathan and Josh on the mediums. And then the 5 behind them on the softs. Oh, and sliding out there is Oren. Oh, wait, what? I think he might have he's hit Ollie, I think. But he's not been disqualified himself. So that's interesting. Anyway, Nick, what's your top 3 prediction for today?
I am going to go with Chaz F1 for the win. I've got faith in him. He's not going to bottle it. Then, we're going to go for...
Oh, the jinxes.
BCFC Josh, 1, 2, 3.
You think Josh will finish second? Interesting.
Yeah. And I believe that... I want to say the Dutch Dodo.
Oh.
But if we want to be... that was a bit mean. I was going to say if we want to be realistic. That's... Oh! Oh, who's gone off?
Oh, no.
He's crashed into the flipping wall.
Well, luckily it's surface only, so it doesn't matter too much, but it could still be investigated after. Anyway, quickly. So Chaz, Josh, and who?
I'm going to go Seb.
Okay. So, someone's going to have to know her. Anyway, 33 laps ahead of us, 17 drivers. We're all geared up for a very fascinating and hopefully entertaining race to incite us all. Quite a few people watching, that's good to see. Hope everyone's having a good Thursday and looking forward to the weekend where F1 in real life finally returns. But first, we got an EXFL race around one of the probably the most entertaining races in terms of league racing. It's the Spanish Grand Prix as they all gear up onto the grid. Let's see who gets disqualified and who doesn't. We can already see about 7 people who are, as Callum is one of them. Let's see. Chaz gets onto his grid slot. And followed behind him is his teammate. Brace yourself for any sort of lap 1 glitch, but we'll hopefully be getting underway as the 5 lights come on and the revs rise. The Alphas on the left, the Red Bulls on the right, as the 5 lights are out, and it's lights out, and away we go with a great start from Chaz F1 ahead of the Dutch Dodo. Logan and the Williams sandwiching Seb as they head towards turn 1. The Williams has to back out. Chaz F1 easily leads into turn 1, and Pro Cody's made up a good start and a few places to go around the outside of Seb, and now sit his Mercedes down the inside into turn 4. As he gets into P4, there's some yellows further back, 3 wide, with the Williams once again going off, and wheel to wheel is the McLaren and the Aston Martin, and now Pro Cody is up in a P3 as he's ahead of Logan. Now through as Seb gets back ahead of Logan into P4, as Logan stays in 5th, Josh in 6th, Callum in 7th, then comes the 2 Williams, and it seems like everyone bar Frosty Life is in the pack, but Chaz F1 leads them away from Noah, and then Cody with a brilliant start. As Callum from a quali ban is up to P14 ahead of his teammate Oren. Frankie down in 16th with Frosty Life all the way down in last. Top 7 all on the medium compound tyres. Callum a great start, but he's wheel to wheel with the Williams, and now he's sandwiched in between the team. And looking further back, the Alpine and the Haas battling away round the outside is Ollie with Warren. It's been a dreadful start for the Alpine as he sits in behind as we complete the first lap. Nick, what did you see from that lap?
Obviously, Logan off to a great start there, up to P3, but he drops down a little bit. Pro Cody making a march up the way through the field. But apart from that, the field looks pretty clean. There was a little bit of a glitch there on the delta there for me. It says that Callum is a minute 16 ahead of everybody.
I don't seem to have that glitch, but Josh gets ahead of Logan. Seems like Logan's struggling from the early setbacks. It seemed like it was going to be Chaz, then the 2 Red Bulls, but then it seemed that Seb, after nearly getting sandwiched by Logan, gets back ahead. And Logan's just dropping down places nearly as Herosia, with the softs, we'll give the benefit of the doubt, is on the back of him now. I'm trying to see who's gained the most positions. It is Ollie from P16 up to P10, being the first to be disqualified. It's going off there. Is Herosia onto the gravel. He's lost 2 positions now as Feeks on his return, as Pro Cody now gets ahead of Noah, and he has to go wide for it. The Red Bull versus the Mercedes, as DRS will be activated next lap. Chaz is outside of that 1 second gap due to this battle, and Cody is eager to get on with this. Eager, as that might be a warning for him, eager to reclaim his 5-place grid penalty. He's in the slip, he goes to the outside, and now they're wheel to wheel. The Merc and the Red Bull, Cody and Noah. Who's going to emerge out in front? Late on the brakes into turn 1. Noah keeps his nose in there. They bang wheels, and Noah's been sent off into the gravel. Cody, as Seb now goes around the outside of Pro Cody to try and make an Alfa Romeo 1-2. But looking on the scene is Josh to try and get the pair of them. Banging wheels. He's going to keep his nose in there, but Cody emerges in front. And now he's on the inside of Seb. And now Josh is still not going to give up. He's still going to try around the outside of Cody, who leaves him just enough space. And now Seb is trying to challenge Josh, but he has to back off. So unfortunate for... Oh, as there's a collision there between the Williams of Erosia and the Alpine of Warren. They spin round. Don't know why they're not resetting. There we go. So, did you see that, Nick? Cody and Noah?
Yeah, I saw glimpses of it, but I didn't really get to see the full incident.
Cody kind of hit Noah onto the grass, etc. gravel. But whatever the case, it's ended up with Noah now down in 5th and Cody up to P2. It's ended with Chaz with a massive 2.6 second lead now, only after 3 laps. And now Cody is now going to fall under pressure from Josh, as he is now in the DRS train. As already pulling out is Noah back on the comeback to get past Seb. And he's up into P4 as Josh, look at that, no ERS. Heading into turn 1. No other sort of overtakes being made. So it's Erosia down in last, then Warren, then Frosty. Callum stays with us in 14th. Oren on the charge a little bit. Nathan, I think, has lost a place. Josh up into 11th. Frankie staying clear in 10th. Callum gained a place. Ollie is on the charge there as he's sending it now sideways on Logan, but it doesn't work. So he's up in a P8 from P16. Logan's down a few places. Awful for the Red Bulls at the moment. I'll tell you what, though. Feeks is loving life on his first ever Tier 2 race. Up into P6 from P13. Let's see if he can hold that. As Seb dropping down to 5th. Now just going to have to stay behind Noah. And Josh, like you said, Nick, into the top, for your prediction, onto the top 3.
Feeks goes round now!
Oh, no! Did he lose it on his own?
Yeah.
The jinx have already begun. As Feeks, unfortunately, has just dropped down to pretty much where he started, as that's left Oren. I think tagging the back of Feeks. spinning round. That'll get looked at probably. Right, penalties. There we go. It's Ollie now making the moves. He's now past Logan. Remember, he's on the soft compound tyres, looking in the background. There's Frankie down the inside of Callum. Wheel to wheel. Callum's going to hang it round, and he stays in front of him. Just about. Great defending from Callum. Great car placement. There's Nathan now is ahead of Feeks, who's under pressure from Callum. Will Callum try anything? He's close enough to try a sort of send, but that turns out to be false. As Cody now 3.1 behind, little loss of the rear as Noah is now ahead of Josh. We missed that. He's back up in the third as Callum has got ahead of Feeks, who's struggling now. Callum, little loss of the rear on the curb. That might invite Feeks to have a look down the inside of a very unusual overtaking spot as he locks the front, and it lets Callum stay in front. And now Seb is right on the back of Josh. Seems like Josh may be struggling. Who's not struggling is Chaz out in front, keeping a good 3-second lead. Lap 5 of the Spanish Grand Prix. Ahead of Pro Cody, really under pressure from Noah. They're going to see these two battle again. 2.0, it already ended badly when they headed through turn 2. Now it's the opposite. Now it's Noah's turn to try and get past Pro Cody as they head on to the start-finish straight. And this should be a much easier sort of battle as Noah has the DRS and the ERS as they're both flashing. And you can see behind Josh and Seb battling, but it should be an easier move now. Noah back up into second ahead of Cody. What about Josh and Seb? Seb gets ahead of Josh. Good clean moves through the field now, apart from Horosia, who is out, and that might cause nothing. Interesting.
I just want to say, I hope I don't jinx anything, but
Love this camera angle.
this race must have been, I think this race so far has been one of the cleanest races I've ever seen from AFC Callum 14. Hopefully.
Oh god, you've jinxed that. Well, we haven't even seen any quali antics, so that's good because he disqualified himself at the start. But anyway,
yeah, but
yeah,
good battling.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Right, so Noah this time has to undergo round 3 with Cody, just like it was in round 1. Cody is now behind Noah. Seb still within a second, just about, no longer now, ahead of Josh. So Horosia crashed around here, and we didn't get a safety car, which is interesting. So the medium runners, remember, the top 5, as Ollie is only 1.9 behind. I'd say driver of the day so far is him, making up a bunch of positions. But here we go then. Josh on the back of Seb, and Cody seems a bit too far from Noah, or is he? As he's in the slip, and he's going to try and go around the outside, and there is room, but he's going to have to back out. Or does he keep his nose in there? He does, and they go perilously close, but Noah stays ahead, and onto the gravel is Josh. Didn't see what happened there, but Seb emerges. Still in 4th, and Josh may lose a place to Ollie, who goes round the outside now with more momentum and no gravel on his tyres. He's now into P5 as Pro Cody gets ahead of Noah. Something's happened there. Noah's either made a mistake or there's been a contact. Whatever happened, now it's given Cody P2, and the gap is still staying the same between him and Chaz though. No penalties yet. But Josh, something's happened, and now he's now behind Ollie. So Ollie's made up, what, 11 places. Brilliant. The only penalty is Warren down in P16. As Josh is going to probably get Ollie back. They all look at that. They all have the same ERS pretty much. The most is Noah of the top 6 as Josh versus Nathan is happening for the final points paying position. And Josh has got ahead, but Nathan will get the DRS onto the straight. But I'll tell you what, on the inside is Callum to regain P11. Ahead of Nathan as they go wheel to wheel. Nathan has to back off and goes for the switchback as Callum goes onto the curb. You don't see two people battling into the final corner, and that's why. Because Nathan has been spun round as Josh does get Ollie like we thought. And Nathan's into the gravel. Wheel to wheel through the final corner. 9 times out of 10, you never want to see it to happen, and 9 times out of 10, it never does happen because of that. So Chaz then, 3-second lead. Cody still staying ahead of Noah. Seb kind of separated from them now. Same with Josh ahead of Ollie and Logan. Frankie up to P8. Callum sticking with him. And Josh going wide there. Still in the points, which is good for him. And yeah, Callum, like you said, Nick, up until now, clean race. But then now he's got himself involved.
Yeah.
We'll have to watch it back to see whose fault it was. But yeah, Frosty down in 12th after being last after the opening lap. Seems like everyone got through apart from him after lap 1. But then Feeks, he's got to come back drivers. He's now where he started, unfortunately. And then Orant, who got spun from the rear of Feeks, I believe. And then Warren, who's been in the wars and the walls a few times today. Now Nathan comes the latest victim. But now Pro Cody is edging far away clear of Noah, who I don't know if he's saving his tyres or he's lost all grip. Whatever the case, he's outside of a second. And whatever the case, Ollie's coming back at Josh. And he gets him. Still with life in those softs. Has got back past the Aston. But Pro Cody has made a mistake. Has he spun? Whatever the case, all his hard work has come undone. And so is Seb. He's dropping down the order. Ollie is up to second. As Logan is now ahead of Seb. And it's all kicking off at the moment. Seb gets back ahead of Logan. And look at this train. It's just completely changed. Ollie was 5th corners ago. He's now up to 2nd. Noah's had something as well. So Pro Cody, 1.4 seconds ahead of Noah, has, I guess, lost it out of 2, which has dropped him all the way down to 7th. Frankie's on the back of this now. Noah's had some off. It's allowed Josh to get the pair of them. And it's allowed Ollie to gain 3 places. And Logan to stay where he is. And Seb pretty much staying where he is as well. 2nd all the way down to 8th. Look at this, while Chaz F1 is loving life as he starts the 10th lap. Now Ollie's going to come under the pressure, because if we switch it to tyre where he's on the softs while everyone else, well, it's pretty much a sandwich as Cody gets a penalty. It's a soft sandwich, and here we go then. Frankie gets past Cody, they're wheel to wheel. Does he get the move done? Does Cody brake later? They brake pretty evenly. He's still going to be on the outside. There's contact as Cody has to go across, and that allows Frankie to get ahead, as they're going to get dispatched from the pack a little bit. Did you see what happened to Cody, Nick? Because he just completely went off or something.
No, yeah, I just saw him start dropping down the order, and yeah, eventually he's in P8.
So yeah, lap 10 then. We're into double digits. The pit stop should be emerging within the next few laps. At least for Ollie, and you know how good an undercut is around here, so I'm guessing, what do you think, Nick? Because obviously the medium runners will easily do medium hard. What do you think Ollie will do? Soft hard? As Seb now gets a penalty.
I mean, there's always the opportunity for soft, medium, medium, but obviously you're lacking out on track position there, and you're going to have to bring the pace to get back up to the front. Yeah, soft hard is an option. Obviously...
Oh,
I mean,
going off there, Noah. It's going to allow Seb to get at him.
We know that most of the tyres wear relatively similarly until about 30%. So depending on how far you can take them, I bet those softs are probably upwards of 40-50% now. And mediums maybe have just passed the 30% mark. Maybe creeping into the 40s. And he's lost the position to BCFC Josh, so we can kind of see the wear of the tyre slowing him down. The rear tyre, rear right, blistering just on the sidewall a little bit.
Whoa! Frosty and Josh having a collision there. As yeah, Josh got past Ollie and Seb got past Noah. And then we see a collision further back with Feeks, Frosty and Josh ending up now down into P13. Callum up into the points. But unfortunately he's one of 4 people who have penalties. It's allowed Logan to get on the back of this little train. Frankie and Cody falling behind now. And now Josh gets a penalty. As Ollie, will he try any sort of move or will he wait? He patiently waits. So remember, Ollie, it was his debut last week out. Got P2 on debut, which was a brilliant result. Ended up being good enough to get him a seat at Haas, as he was a reserve for the Red Bull. He's now in the Haas. A little wiggle there. And does he pit from those softs? No, he stays out one more lap. He may be able to get Josh with a much more ERS, double his ERS.
So, information for you.
As we have a yellow.
Ollie is doing similar pace to the leader of Chaz F1, whereas BCFC Josh is really putting the boosters on now. He is 4/10 quicker than Chaz on the previous lap, and another 3/10 quicker on that last lap. Ollie has succumbed to the soft tyres now, as he drops back more than 4/10 on that last lap. But the pace was strong for Ollie, definitely, in the last sort of 3 or 4 laps. But now, yeah, the tyres are definitely dropping off.
All right, Warren, 6
Saying
seconds
that, though,
of pens now.
He has just set the fastest Sector 1 even, of the top 3. So we shall see what pace prevails.
Okay, so Ollie still stays ahead of Josh. Noah has got back ahead of Seb, as we saw on the start-finish straight. and Logan still in 6th, Frankie still in 7th, and Cody is just falling ever further backwards, and now he's going to be under pressure from Callum. And the other Callum in P10, the top 10, like the gap between Chaz, it's a 3-horse race, Chaz, 2nd to 10th, and then 11th onwards pretty much. But now, lap 13, they still carry on, and Josh is right on the back of Ollie to try and regain it, and he switches to the outside onto the grass a little bit as Cody is in, and Josh is now up into P2 as as Seb down the inside of Noah. They're wheel to wheel.
Wait a
Noah
minute.
gets the inside.
Wait a minute. Have a look at Chaz's telemetry. Tell me what you notice.
What?
Have a look at his telemetry. Just have a little scan. What do you notice about that?
What, the fuel?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Fuel light is yellow. With no safety cars so far, and maybe
Do you
no
think he
safety cars towards
gambled?
the end.
Interesting.
I wonder.
Very,
unless,
very good eye there, Nick. Very good spot.
Yeah, I mean, unless the fuel.
I was so
highly
confused. I was like,
doubt it.
what the hell is he on about? But
AFC
right.
Callum is in a similar position, but yeah,
Is he
if
the
there's
only
no
other one
safety
on
car,
a yellow?
yeah, if there's no
Oh.
safety car, this could be
Very interesting. Right.
yeah.
So Josh, P2 then ahead of Ollie as he got past. Does Ollie go into the pit lane? What a save from Ollie as he does now go into the pit lane, making sure to avoid the bump. He nearly lost it right then and there. Noah carries on then ahead of Seb, ahead of Logan, and then Frankie as Cody, like Nick said on the last lap, was pitted for the hards. Now we'll see how good the undercut is. What does Ollie pit onto? Surely it's got to be the hards. No, it's the medium compound tyre. He's going to have to go a long way on those. They're going to be absolutely dead by the end. And is he now gambling on a safety car? We've still got 16 people. It is tier 2. And he comes out in pretty good fresh air. He has Frosty in front of him. In terms of, like, there's no one behind him. He's only got 2 cars in front. That shouldn't be too much of a hamper. But now on the mediums, we're going to see some real good undercut from him, hopefully. So Cody's pitted very early in terms of medium hard. I was thinking at least like 14 or 15. But okay. Yeah, so we got the the leader, the race leader, potentially going to have some fuel saving towards the end. We got Josh in second, 3 seconds ahead of Noah, but with a 3 second. Noah under pressure from Seb, and then we have Logan. Logan, race winner here last season, due to taking advantage of people on time penalties. As Ollie does clear Frosty Life in a good spot. So that's 1 down, 1 to go before the next people quite a while ahead as Frankie's in. So Seb in a Red Bull sandwich carries on. So we got a yellow. Who's that? Has Callum just had an off? What was that all about? Anyway, Seb in a Red Bull sandwich between Noah and Logan. Frankie exiting the pit lane as Nathan gets a 3 set. Cody coming around the final corner now. Frankie will hopefully try and get ahead of Nathan, which he should easily do. But he's slow for some reason. But that shouldn't stop him from getting ahead. Pro Cody then does set the fastest lap of the race. As into the gravel is Callum. I think he's struggling. Those softs. He has made those softs last 15 laps. No wonder he's going slowly. He's got a pit at the end of this lap, surely. Right then. The gap is slowly going down a little bit, I think. I could be wrong. Maybe not. Between Josh and Chaz, it's 6 seconds at the moment. Josh is pulling away from Noah, as Seb has had a mistake there, which is inviting Logan to be all over the rear of him. Seb outside of a second now. Let's see who pits then. Chaz is in. Josh stays out. One of the Red Bulls will have to. And none of them do. So, Alfa Romeo are stacking both cars. Seb is going to lose out here a little bit. This is very interesting. Because Chaz will get in, get his hards on, and Seb will come in. But you'll see now he's going to lose a tiny bit of time right there, which could lose out to Logan, who carries on. But now we're going to see Ollie cross the line as speeds into the pit lane. And that is the gap between him to Seb. There's Chaz, there's Ollie. The gap has gone down massively. So Seb will rejoin. There's Frankie. Nathan gets a 5 set for also speeding. There's Cody. Let's change it to tyre wear. Tyres. Or, yeah, tyre wear, sure. Who's in the best place, do you think, Nick? Because Josh has penalties. Chaz has fuel to save. Ollie's on a compound softer, so he's going to have to save. Who's in the best place? The Red
It's hard
Bulls.
to tell. Obviously, in the position of tyres, Chaz is obviously the best. But as you said, you know, he's got to save that fuel somehow or other. I can't quite see on the steering wheel how much fuel he's got. It says, I think it says minus 0.1314-ish. So
he's not in too much trouble at the moment.
yeah, but obviously you've got to slow down to be able to save that fuel. So yeah, I mean the Red Bulls, as we have the Dutch Dodo in for the medium tyres, they're for the medium. Thought it was for the softs for a second. I was a bit confused.
Oh, Seb onto the gravel a little bit there, but here we go. Right, so Noah exits the pit lane. Will he get ahead of Seb? The undercut is pretty powerful around here as Frankie sets the fastest lap. He's coming alive on those mediums as well. There's Noah exiting the pit lane. There's Seb. He went to the gravel before the final corner, which has cost him as Chaz does get ahead of Callum on the inside. Easy move there. Noah is still ahead of Seb, but Seb will try and challenge as we got a yellow, and it's the Ferrari of Oren. And this may be Seb's chance, but he'll still stick with and get the DRS. But Noah has still stayed ahead, which means Logan should probably drop behind. Frankie may even undercut Logan because Logan was right behind Seb, and now Frankie is. So Chaz has got ahead of Callum, who's yet to pit. Logan and Josh, surely they've got to pit this lap. They've made their mediums last half the race, so making their hards go to the end will be no work at all. But Josh is staying out. Logan comes in. Josh, on those mediums, is he hoping for some sort of safety car? Whatever the case, he's made those mediums last more than half the race, which is pretty promising for Ollie and Frankie. But anyway, Ollie doesn't even need DRS really. He's got past Callum before they cross the line nearly. But yeah, Chaz 11 seconds behind Josh. Do you think Josh is going for softs?
Yeah. He could do, but he's going to lose a lot of time. If we think a pit stop is roughly 18 seconds, and Chaz is already 10 seconds behind.
Right, there's Cody, there's Logan, and Callum sets the fastest lap of the race. Track evolution here could be quite scary if Josh is to put the softs on towards the end. You never know. As Ollie just had an off there. Ollie's got no front wing. What has happened there? And Cody, as Frankie now gets a penalty. So something's happened. Clearly, Cody's lost an end plate. Don't know if that was with Logan. Ollie has lost his front wing. He was trying to get past Callum. Don't know if there's been a collision there, but Ollie's clearly gone into the wall. And that is his race completely ruined. As Frosty Life is in the pits. No, he's not. Wait, Josh is in the pit, should I say. Here we go then. What tyres does he put on? He's put the soft compound tyres on, just like I thought. He's going to have to make those softs last 14 laps. 15 laps. But there we go then. Callum.
We have seen that though.
Yep. But even more crazily, Callum. 18 laps on those mediums. As Ollie is unfortunately going to have to pit now. And what does he put on? He puts... I can't see what they are. I think they're the softs. Yeah, he's put the softs on. I can... why didn't I just look at the leaderboard? As Josh is ahead of Noah, just about. Callum gets a 3 sec. And Josh, he may have lost time. He was 3 seconds ahead of Noah. That's diminished. But luckily, he's ahead of Noah. So, Noah ahead of Seb, ahead of Frankie. Logan's lost out massively. Callum running a really good race. Unfortunately, again, with all the penalties. But he's running in 8th. But Josh, he's now on the charge. And he is only 10 seconds off the lead. But with a penalty. Were you going to say something, Nick?
Yeah, so taking a look at Chaz, going on board with him, you can tell he's short shifting. He is not letting it get to maybe even the purple line, even the red. But looking at his steering wheel, he is still minus 0.24.
Callum finally comes in.
He's burnt a little bit of fuel, but you can see 8th gear way before turn 1. He's trying to save fuel. He's short shifting, but he's not really lifting and coasting. He's got 9 seconds gap. Chaz, if you're listening, I would certainly use that to lift and coast.
Right, here we go then. 9.6 seconds, lap 20 between Josh on the softs, Chaz on the hards, but they both have things that can hinder them. Josh with the time penalty, so if there's any safety car, he is absolutely screwed. Chaz has to save fuel. They've both got the same amount of ERS, so no massive change or advantage from that. Noah still in P3, still on the hards, will go to the end easily with no time penalty. You can see roughly about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, about more than half of the people racing have a time penalty. Frankie, from that great undercut, but on the mediums, remember, is now up to 4th. He might get those to the end. He's going to have to do the same stint that Callum was doing. Warren currently in the points, but he's under pressure from Ollie, who's on a charge, on a fight, on a comeback. And he dispatches Warren to get into the points, back in. So we'll see what he can do. But Callum is also on the softs. And the other Callum up in a P7 at the moment. Feeks in P8. But there's been some great gambles and great tyre saving from some of these guys to regain a lot of places. And look at that, Josh, 8.3 now. He's gained 1.2 seconds on Chaz in that lap alone. We're approaching 2/3 race distance. And just look at that Aston. It's got so much pace. And Chaz, he's got the position advantage at the moment, but fuel-wise and ERS-wise, at the moment he's got the gap, which is what he's hoping will stay as much as possible. But he's just got to bring it home in the final stages of this race. As Pro Cody now on the mediums sets the fastest lap. Where is he? Oh, he's down in 15th as we got a yellow. And it's Josh. He's retired. And that is a safety car.
And that's going to help Chaz out massively.
I was just about to say, no one's dropped it or binned it at the bump heading into the pit entry until now.
He did it in qualifying, and he does it again in the race. Unfortunately, he doesn't learn from his mistakes.
Feeks has a drive-through.
Yes, he does.
Of course he will. But Feeks, unfortunately, has a drive-through that he's going to have to serve after the safety car. And this has absolutely...
Josh stays out. Josh stays out.
This has absolutely ruined Josh's attempt. But he does stay out because this may help his softs go to the end. They're only a few laps old, so this may benefit him still. Noah stays out on the hards. Frankie on the mediums. So Chaz has pitted for medium compound tyres. Same with Seb. And Logan will now pit onto mediums too. And Callum, as he gets a 5 set for speeding. The other Callum will stay out on his softs, because remember, they're fairly new. And Feeks has sped as well. This has really helped Callum up into P5. So Chaz has led this whole race up until the final third. He's now got some work to do. He's behind Frankie on 7-lap newer mediums, who's behind Noah, who's the only hard runner in this entire race, who's behind Josh on softs. Has Chaz thrown this away? Or
Josh says
was
big
that
fumble from me.
Ooh.
He's not got confidence in himself.
It could go either way, really. But do you think Chaz made the right decision instead of being on hards?
Yeah,
I think he
definitely.
has. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Josh, I wouldn't beat yourself up too much because it's only 3 laps more than the others, and a safety car helps you with tyre wear. So really, I don't think Josh has fumbled this. It may actually be better. He obviously was chasing down that 9 seconds, but it wasn't a 100% given that he would catch Chaz because those softs may have died. Now he's got track position. He's in P1. The car behind him is on hards, who's not pitting, so this will be it. He's got Noah and Frankie between himself and Chaz, as Nathan under safety car gets a penalty, but he's in 9th as he pits. He's on 6-lap-old softs, so maybe those do need replacing. This will help Ollie, because we know Ollie has pace. Unfortunately, I don't know why he qualified down in 16th, but he's up into 9th. This will help Cody bring his race back. He will be up into 10th. This helps Warren, I guess, up into 11th. And Frosty into 12th. Nathan will be 13th. Feeks will be 14th or 15th as Oren stays out. Ooh, this is going to be interesting. Right, so we've lost Hirose, who crashed at the penultimate corner. That didn't bring out a safety car. We've lost Josh, who crashed at the final corner heading into the pit lane. I'm guessing he hit the bum and crashed like he did in qualifying. Like Nick said, didn't learn from his mistakes. And that's ended with creating a safety car that may come in this lap. Depends if Feeks catches them. There are your tyres. A vast array of softs and mediums. The oldest medium runner is Frankie. The oldest soft runner is Josh. 1, 3. We got a 4-lap runner of Cody, but they all should make it to the end. Should. You know what this really does help though, Nick? Chaz's fuel situation.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so none of them are going to have to worry about fuel if you all put it in lean at the moment. Appreciate everyone watching.
Let's have a look at Chaz's.
It's switching, you know, but so is everyone else's, and it isn't.
Is it switching for Chaz?
No, sorry, I was on board with Chaz, and because there's like an arrow going left and right, I thought that was just him, but everyone's got it pretty much.
No, yeah. I don't, yeah, Chaz is plus 0.7 now, so
right, so the safety car's in. Safety car's in, and Josh will lead them away. He's gone right up until the line. Now he gets the power going, and Noah's not quite had the reaction he wants, but he's still with him as Chaz has perfected it, but does he have to give it back?
Yeah,
yes, he does, and that allows Callum to get them both. He's wheel to wheel now on the softs with Frankie, who squeezes in, but Callum's going to go around the outside. Frankie breaks later. Chaz is going to regain ahead of Callum, who backs off. Now Seb is on the back of him, and they stay as they were. Unfortunately, when you overtake on the line, even if you're being smart with it, the game will still say that's illegal. And now Seb is trying to move on Callum, as Ollie is trying to get past the pair of Logan, as Cody's battling away with Callum. No spinners yet, as Ollie's off. He's spun round, as is Cody. He's into the wall, and now Chaz is battling with Frankie. And he's on the outside now with Frankie. Frankie is aggressive. He won't back down. And he's still on the inside with Chaz, who goes round the outside. And he gets the move. Brilliant move from Chaz as Seb is on the back. As look at this train in the back and at the back. We see Warren around. Oren, Nathan and Pro Cody. When will it end for him? As Josh has a 1 second gap ahead of Noah on the hard compound tyres. And now we have another yellow of Warren. As he gets back around. Right then. 10 laps to go. It is Josh. 1.3 ahead of Noah. Seb now gets ahead of Frankie. Brilliant moves from the Alfa Romeos. Clean moves as Callum. Could have been in third by the end of turn 1, but unfortunately be down in P6. But it still points as Ollie is on the charge now. He's on the back of Logan. Oh, great. Nick? You there, Nick? Well, whatever's the case, I've been kicked out. It seems like this is happening at least once a race now, but that's annoying. I don't know why Nick's not speaking.
Oh, I've just been connecting. Have you been?
Oh, okay. I've disconnected. I'm joining back. Yeah.
Alright, cool.
Are you still in the lobby?
Yeah.
Can I have an invite, please?
Yes.
Thank you. So, has anything happened, or?
Hold on a second.
Okay.
How's Seb in P2?
Seb's in P2. Okay, we've missed something.
Seb's in P2.
We have missed something. Unless your thing is wrong, then I don't know.
No,
Seb was in 5th or 4th.
Seb's in P2, and then Dutch Dodo, and then Chaz.
Where's Chaz? What the hell? That
and
should
Seb's
be...
got in the lead of B60, Josh.
No, Seb is P2. He's battling
P1.
away with Noah.
It's P1 for me.
He's not. Josh is P1.
No,
yeah, maybe you...
Josh and Seb are fighting.
They're not. They're 2 seconds apart from me.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Okay, Nick, you leave, and I'll invite you as well, because I think this has happened before. Right, okay, so wait, no, Seb is in 4th. I was going to say, yeah, Nick, I think your thing's bugging. Right, okay, so I was going to say, no way is Seb ahead of Chaz and Noah. Okay, so, let me invite you.
Thank you very much.
Right, so it was Josh, Noah, then Chaz. Now Chaz has got ahead of Noah, the only hard runner. He's going to fall backwards as Logan is fighting Frosty and Ollie. On the inside is Ollie, ahead of Callum. A little bit of lag there. But Ollie is up into P9. Right, so Oren 15th. Feeks 14th, Warren 13th, Cody 12th, battling with Nathan, Callum, then Ollie, then Frosty. AFC Callum from a quali ban is up into P5. Unfortunately, like Italy, with all those penalties, he's not going to finish there. But what a comeback. As we got a yellow. It is Nathan who's reversing. But anyway, I don't know if he has something with Cody. Anyway, Frankie, oh my god, it's 3 wide. And Frankie forcing Logan, or no, Frosty Life right on 2. And he comes back. And now Frosty may try a move on the inside of Logan. He breaks. He's there. And he nearly gets spun. And Ollie's on the back of all this as Frankie goes across. Nearly into the path of Frosty Life as Ollie seizes the opportunity to go down the inside of Frankie. Perilously close as Frankie keeps sending, and he's tagged into Ollie. What is he doing? Well, whatever the case, that's ruined Frankie and Ollie's race. That was 100% Frankie's fault, who's beached it. Kind of deserved. That allows Cody back into the points. Ollie, so unfortunate for him. Frankie can always just be a bit too aggressive. And right then and there, that was terrible. But Seb now makes it an Alfa Romeo double podium. He's up into P3 ahead of Noah. It's all good for you now, Nick.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, right. Okay then. 1.3 seconds between Josh and Chaz, remember. What?
BCF's Josh went off track. I'm going to have a look. Yeah, go warning. Let me set the warning.
Oren, 3 seconds.
Josh has got...
last.
Josh needs one more warning for another penalty.
What's Frankie doing?
Blimey. Shaz is a cleany boy. He's gone to the shower a couple times.
I mean, Frankie was the comic relief in Miami, going down into the core of the earth. But he's on the back of Warren. So teammates fighting here. And he gets ahead. Right, okay. So Cody's into the points. Everyone behind him has a penalty outside the points. Ollie's 9th, Callum 8th, Frosty 7th somehow. Logan in 6th. Still with no penalties. Callum is on the back of Noah, who's really struggling. And AFC Callum is into P4 now, as Noah's really struggling on those hards. P4, unfortunately, with 11 seconds as Noah comes back at him. But this is a great showing as Nathan's out. That could be another safety car. I don't think it is, otherwise it would have immediately come out. But now he has crashed at turn 3. Callum drops back down to P5, but with those softs, he'll probably get him on the straight. Here we go then. Out of all the factors, it's come down to that Josh has a 3 second and Chaz F1 has 0 seconds. We start lap 29 and Chaz F1 retakes the lead with DRS, with no ERS, same with the top 3. He's back into P1 and BCFC Josh tried and challenged, but it didn't come quite close enough. Now he's got to defend from making it an Alfa Romeo 1-2. Chaz F1 made all the right calls. The fuel situation has gone, and now he's looking set for his 3rd victory of the season. Josh P2 in an Alfa Romeo sandwich. Callum is up into P4. This has been a brilliant drive as Josh now gets 6 seconds, and that is the final nail in the coffin. And he really is not going to enjoy looking at this race back, as he may end up down in P5. We'll see. I'll tell you what though, one of the Red Bulls could really gain from this. But anyway, Oren, Frankie in the pits, Feeks down in P12 unfortunately, Warren 9 seconds, Ollie on the back of Cody for P9, Callum in P8, Frosty in 7th with a penalty, but at the moment will stay 7th. Red Bulls keeping clean. Callum, as much as he started down in P16, and this has been a brilliant comeback to P4, those 11 seconds are going to hamper him quite a bit. 1 of them for speeding, 6 of them for actual track limits. If he can fix that, this would be great, as there it is. Alfa Romeo 1 and 2. Seb has got ahead of Josh. 3 of the most experienced, actually 4. Well, until Noah decided to join that little party. But it was before then. 4 of the most experienced drivers in Tier 2 history. As Ollie does get past Cody with ease. Chaz, the most experienced driver in EXFL Tier 2 history. Seb, the 2nd most experienced driver in EXFL Tier 2 history. And then Josh and Callum, I believe, the 3rd and 5th most experienced drivers in EXFL Tier 2 history. And then Frosty Life, 5 of the top 7 are the top 5 most experienced. And that's why they're there. They know how to do races. They know how all the experience has ended up with them knowing what to do in most situations. But obviously you have drivers like Logan and Noah, the two Red Bulls, the new guns, or the newer guns. They've still done like 30 races. But anyway, this battle seems like it's going to go on for a bit because Noah should on paper be a lot quicker, but on those dying hards compared to Callum's softs, he can't get away from him. And Josh just has to make sure he gets as far away ahead of Noah as Callum is looking for the inside, and he's going to take Noah as we got a yellow. Callum goes onto the curb and Noah stays in front, but Callum's going to keep his nose in there and just finds the gap as there's a yellow. I think it's Cody once again. Callum on the inside, inches away from Noah. Great clean driving between the Ferrari and the Red Bull. Noah's going to come back on the outside. Now they make contact, side pod to wheel, but it's ended with Callum staying ahead. The momentum on those softs, and he gets the position. Now Noah's just going to have to stick with and hope that DRS is his best friend to get him back. So Chaz F1 then, 1.2 seconds ahead of his own teammate, who's slowly gaining. I think Chaz made a mistake there, or is he slowing down to give Seb DRS? Whatever the case, he knows he's going to win this race. As Nick said a couple laps before, he is clean, no warnings to his name, and should go on to win this race, only just. This will be a dream for Alfa Romeo, a 1-2, if Noah stays outside of 3 seconds, which at the moment will be a definite. After slides like that, that's an almost certain fact, as Logan unfortunately just doesn't have the pace at the moment, but he will benefit. And at the moment the podium should be Chaz, Seb and Noah. Logan will be 4th or 5th, I believe. As we're on to the penultimate lap, the laps are flying by. And what was your prediction, Nick? Chaz, Josh,
Seb.
Seb.
Yeah.
So you've got it, but not in the right order. But it's still a great prediction as Ollie, once again, move after move. After that unfortunate tangle with Frankie, is up into P8 and losing his front wing with Callum, the very driver he's just overtaken, is up into P8. And Cody, well, he's got to have a good race soon, hopefully. But he didn't even think he was racing today, so a point is better than nothing. The people all behind him have penalties. Frankie coming in, I think he's going to retire. I'm not too sure. He might go for the fastest lap. Oren behind him. Right then, Chaz F1, a second ahead of his teammate. And then comes Josh, and then Callum. Looks like Frankie is going for fastest lap. As Cody lost his front wing. And that won't be any points for him then today. Warren, no. Feeks may get a point on debut. As Chaz F1 starts the final lap of the Spanish Grand Prix. Ahead of Seb, ahead of Josh, equal gap between the top 3. And then Callum, only 4 seconds behind them as Noah will have DRS, but I don't think he's close enough to try any sort of move. Logan a further 3 seconds back. Then Frosty Life, Ollie 6 seconds behind him, will not gain any more positions unfortunately. Callum will have the DRS and the ERS to maybe come back at Ollie here. Last lap move for Callum. No penalties for either of them, so this is for position. As Cody slows down. And Ollie seems like he's going to stay ahead. And yeah, Feeks closing down on Warren. Should get the point. Cody, no points unfortunately with Oren, and Frankie, who's ghosted. Oh, because he's getting lapped. Right then, heading through the final sector now. Seb is right on the back of Chaz. As they might be awesome if they could go side by side across the line. They know who's going to win out of both of them. But anyway, it's been Alfa Romeo domination. And once again, for the 3rd time this season, Chaz F1 is going to be on top. It's been a brilliant race for him. It's going to be a brilliant race for him and his team. Chaz F1 wins the Spanish Grand Prix. Seb makes it a 1-2 and Josh comes home for P3. Callum serves his penalties, meaning that Noah gets the podium and Logan now gets onto the podium. Did Noah get a penalty right at the end? Whatever the case, Alfa Romeo, Red Bull, just like it was at the start. But Alfa Romeo have come out on top. Logan has got the podium. Did Noah get a penalty, Nick?
I shall have a look.
Must be right at the end. Whatever the case, Chaz, Seb and Logan, like he always does, gets a podium right at the end due to penalties. Noah P4. Look at that. It's Noah's Ark. Alfa Romeo. Noah. Did Noah get a penalty on the final lap?
No.
That might be a glitch then, but anyway, Alfa Romeo, Red Bull, Aston Martin, Aston Martin. Callum finishes 7th, which I'm sure he will be very happy with. 6 points in the bag. Ollie, P8, Callum P9. I think Feek's got a point on debut. But yeah, that was a very fun race. Oh, the timing is glitched. Okay, so I think either Noah or Josh got the podium. Unfortunately, Logan may not get it. Seb got the fastest lap, did he? Oh, wow. Okay, so that's glitched. So we're going to have to look at that back. But it should be okay-ish. Yeah, Logan hasn't got a podium, unfortunately. That's why it caught me off. That's why it was like so surprising. Okay, yeah. So hmm. I think fastest lap may also be glitched, so we'll have a look at that as well. Um, I'll invite the two I definitely know are on the podium, which is the Alfa Romeos. But thanks everyone for tuning in for that race. But yeah, I'll interview Chaz and Seb. That's got to be the first 1-2 for a team in a while. And here they are then. All right. Include your audio, Chaz. You there, Chaz?
I think he's grabbing his mic because his mic died halfway through the race.
All right. If you include your audio, Seb.
Yeah.
Your audio.
Sure, hang on.
All right.
Hang on.
All right. All right. Cool. We'll start. Oh, there he is. You include your audio, Chaz. All right.
Right, yeah, I'm ready when you are.
All right then. 1-2 for Alfa Romeo. The first 1-2 for any constructor in God knows how long, maybe 3 seasons. But anyway, Chaz F1, third time this season now. You are a race winner, and it's the Spanish Grand Prix. I'm sure that must be. Is it the best one of so far?
I don't know, to be honest. It was definitely a very hectic one. It might not have seemed it, but it was. Yeah.
We noticed out of everyone, you were the only one with a fuel situation. Did you underfuel?
Yeah, I did, and I realised just before the safety car that I wasn't actually going to make it. So I was very happy to see a safety car. That was the only way I would
Who
have made
caused it? Josh Baker. You have to give him a very big thank you for causing that safety car.
Yeah.
But yeah, you made the right choice. We agreed that for pitting onto the mediums, and then you made your way through fighting Frankie. It was that glitch again, wasn't it? Where at the restart you got past Frankie, but it told you to give it back, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I've had that Yeah, it happens everywhere now. You pass them after the start finish line, or they just, you know,
Mm.
decide they can dictate their own restart. And it kind of messes it up a bit, doesn't it? But
Yeah, you have to wait quite like maybe a few seconds after the line, unfortunately. But
it just doesn't
anyway,
help when
you
the
were
top guys
patient.
pull away, does it?
You were patient, calm. Noah on the hards just went backwards, so he was an easy target. And then, yeah, unfortunately, Josh just couldn't do anything. And a great pass saw you retake the lead. Uh, it was hectic, but one of the best drivers obviously came out on top, which is what we should be seeing every week. And very well done on retaking the championship lead. 24 points now ahead of Taze Frozen.
Yeah, that one feels a bit good. That one feels quite good. I know that he's not going to make it easy for me. You know, we're not making it easy for each other, but it definitely helps knowing that I have that advantage. You know what I mean?
And I think the cherry on top, your teammate, to make it a 1-2. Seb, how's that? Your best result of the season?
Uh, no, it's tied. I got second behind Taze at Australia.
Okay, your joint best result of the season.
Thank you, thank you.
How was that race?
Very good, very good. I
Got
do want to
Kimi
say,
Raikkonen here.
I do want to say, I want to give a big shout out to the Red Bull boys who we were in a party with. A 1, 2, 3, 4, both on the starting grid and finished like it as well.
It was great. Yeah, and you were last of the four, and you ended up finishing second. Take us through your race because as much as we caught most of Chaz's, you got caught up a bit. You were in a sandwich heading into turn one, and then you were in a bit
Yeah.
of a Red Bull sandwich for most of it. Just take us through that.
No, for like the opening stint, I didn't have the pace, but the Dutch Dodo did, so I just let him stay in front for the most part, and just let him just kind of guide me, keep me guided towards the front. But after when we paired onto the hards, I really those hards felt quite good. But yet again, I couldn't really. The Dutch Dodo still had the pace on me, but uh, he didn't pit when we were all shouting to pit at the safety car for mediums.
Mm.
Uh, but obviously, me, Chaz, and Logan did, and then we were able just to got back through. Got it.
Yeah, it seems like that was the biggest mistake Noah could make, staying out on the hards
Yeah.
because he went further backwards. And then you seemed like you just had enough pace to catch Josh as well, even though he had 6 seconds to your three, so you would have beat him anyway.
Yeah.
And then just a little style it out, spin across the line,
Yeah.
and yeah, the best result for your team so far. And you are the ones to beat, unstoppable at the moment. As obviously Callum bringing home some points for McLaren.
HMS pissed the
They are
league.
they are falling a bit behind at the moment as
HMS pissed
you
the league.
ever stretch your advantage. Um, I'm guessing Noah got a podium
Yeah.
because the whole timing thing's messed up.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think it
no, I
is.
didn't have any penalties, so I'm not sure why it put Logan ahead of him. But
Yeah.
So I'll invite him just for now. But
Yeah.
yeah, as for you two, very well done. And we'll see you for the next race, which is
I'm gonna do.
I don't even know.
Jaden, you know what I'm gonna do.
Oh great.
what is the next race?
I'm gonna double check now.
I want to
Noah,
say,
it is
oh Christ,
Canada.
Ooh.
oh really
For
already?
Canada. Yep. Noah, I
I'll take that then.
think because of the timing glitch, you were meant to get the podium.
Yeah, I was. I saw the mistake on the board because I didn't got any track limit warnings or penalties or stuff, anything like that. And then I think it glitched at the end. But yeah, I'm so
Right,
fucking
so
happy.
99.9% certain you are the deserved P3. Take us through that race. You opted to stay out on the hards, but yeah, take us through the early stages.
Well, I didn't race for 2 weeks, and then the last minute, like 15 minutes before I started to practice a bit, then I quickly saw that I got quite a decent pace. Then at the start of the race, my qualifying I think was pretty good. I didn't, I took everything out of it I got, and then I got P2, which I was very happy with. Well, theoretically P3, but yeah, you know. And then at the start of the race, I just had a good start, followed Chaz all the way. Then after 2, 3 laps, I couldn't get to him anymore because his pace was incredible. Then I got Cody behind. Cody pushed me off the track once, and he was, I don't know what happened, but I left him so much room, and then he touched me, then I went off. I don't know what happened there, but still. Then further into the race, we were on the Discord call with the four of us, the Alpha guys and Red Bull guys, but I couldn't hear that we should go on mediums because I was totally focused into my race and didn't pay any attention. So the mistake I made was going out on hards, but luckily it paid out better than it was because I knew I had the pace, so I was focused on driving the car. Then eventually it got me good. It turned out well for me.
Good.
I was
I
sweating a
forgot to
lot.
ask. Did you have you included your audio?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, good, good, good. Yeah, because you ended up fighting Callum for the last few laps because he was on the softs, you were on the hards. You
Yeah,
were
I don't
just
know
trying
what he
to
was doing.
keep with.
I mean, sure, you need to protect your position, but mate, he had 11 seconds of penalties. So there was no need to defend. But still, at the end, he helped me a lot because I got his DRS, so I could stay behind into the 6 seconds of um, Josh. I think he was. Yeah, Josh.
I have to ask, and as much as Chaz was like 5 seconds ahead of all this, Seb, this also goes for you. I think the craziest moment of the race was when Cody went off at turn 2, and then Ollie was up to P2 from P5 seconds before, and then Noah, you dropped from second or something down to fourth,
Yeah, I got
all in the
distracted by
space
him.
of like
I have
a
no
few
idea what
corners.
happened
What
there.
happened there?
Yeah, I
Literally
got
no
Oh.
idea.
distracted by Josh. Then I went off on the track, off the track, and went on the grass. And then the moment I wanted to rejoin, I left more space for the other Alpha guy. I don't know what his name is. Sorry,
Seb.
Seb. Yeah, for Seb. And then the moment I wanted to put my gas on my throttle a bit more, I lost the rear and I crashed half into Seb. But I didn't know he got any damage. I hope not. And I
I didn't.
apologized to him.
I
You
didn't, don't
didn't?
worry. I didn't.
Oh my god.
I was
So
trying to shout that I didn't.
yeah, but I didn't hear it because if you're on Discord, you can't control your game audio and your chat audio, your party audio. So that's annoying. So you hear everything. I was okay. Well, never mind. That was the one thing that happened. And the second time I also collided with Cody, I think. But I don't know what he was doing, but you know.
Yeah, you came back through anyway and we overtook him, which was good levels of regaining focus and good consistency to regain what you lost. And yeah, you took even though you stayed out on hards, you still managed to get the podium, which is it's great of you. And you have missed quite a couple races this season, so it's really good to have you back right at the front fighting
Yeah.
Chaz. And you're all gonna have to brace yourselves for when Taze comes back, stronger than ever. But yeah, we'll see what happens next time out in Canada then.
I like dick.
This has been
I
round
like
7.
Dick. I like dick.
Here we go
I love
again.
cock. I love sucking big fat juicy dick. And that's a lie. I love my girlfriend. I've got a girlfriend. I don't like dick. I like my girlfriend.
I should
We'll
have
see you
known
next
got-
time out in season in Tier 2 Season 7 Canada.
No, don't say what you were saying on.